Then?
Yeah, you avoided the... No, the Noid was Domino's before Silver called in.
Yeah.
And I was... On a completely different note, I'm totally offended that guy got rid of his afro. Especially bringing it up in Black History Month. So... I wasn't the most popular kid in high school.
That sounds like Dave.
Or junior high school. Or any school for that matter. So
homeschooling you weren't either?
No, the teacher hated me. So I became friends with this chubby girl.
Yeah.
I used to let her copy my homework, and she worked at Little Caesars, and she would let me go in there and make my own pizza, and that was when it was pizza.
Oh yeah,
so you buy one get one free.
They don't do that anymore?
No, it's the $5 pizzas now.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, the pizza was better back then too, but it was a lot. It was like $12, $13 instead of $5.
Did they have the Noid back then?
Yeah, you avoided the. No, the Noid was Domino's. You should know that. Little Caesars had.
I never had pizza growing up, really. That's why I was older.
Little Caesar had the not gladiator, the caveman.
I didn't have gas in my house or freaking water half the time. Do you think you could afford a pizza?
So, this girl I was that girl Lisa introduced me to her friend Mary. Friend's name was Mary Travis. She was beautiful. She had this awesome body, and she used to wear this purple sweater that went down halfway down her thighs.
Yeah.
And
I remember those sweaters.
And she was packing the sweater meat. She was hot. Like you know how people are like, what's she seeing you?
Yeah.
Even then I was like, okay, now I know why people said it. She was beautiful, right? And we would just sit and make out all the time. And this song was out around then.
Yeah.
So finally I get up the courage, because it took me I was on a football team, and I'd walk her home, and I lived I lived 3 miles away from her. And we lived a couple miles from school.
That was like walk your own ass home, bitch.
So I'd walk her home and then walk myself home, and that was when I was decided I'm gonna ask her to go out with me and be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So we walked around her block 3 times until I finally got the nerve to ask her, and she's like, "Oh, I already thought I was your girlfriend." So we would just make out all the time, right? And finally, I'm like, I'm getting me something. I didn't know what I was gonna get at that point, because I didn't know where we were gonna get. So
did Little Kings work for you then too?
No, she was a nice girl. So I'm like trying. I go up. I'm making my move towards. I'm not the smooth operator that I am now.
You're rolling your hands on her sweater.
I was going up inside of her shirt, and she put her hand down like this.
She was blocking?
She blocked. I didn't. That was the last time I tried anything on her. We dated another 6 months, and all we ever did was make out in the little grab ass. I didn't try it for any titty, no stinky pinky, nothing. Because she shot me down that one time.
She didn't do no reach around?
No, nothing. And, I mean, that was when you fell asleep talking on the phone, and, what was it, 10th grade? I was 15 or 14, and I got shot down in a blaze of glory on the titty. So, but I remember listening to this song, before we started, the first time we made out. So I'm like, this is the jam.
First time you guys ever saw breast in real life. Lay it out. Tell us what happened to build up.
Okay, so I was about 13. We lived in South Euclid, and my dad had this house, his second wife. I'm a little foggy because it could either been the one pair, or it could have been my stepmom's. Because you mean real ones, not in pictures, right?
Not in pictures, real ones.
Because my mom used to have this nude painting above her above her couch. There's a lady coming out of the water, looking over her shoulder, and her dress was, or whatever she was wearing, was down here. So you saw half of the butt, and she's turned a little sideways, and you saw one boob. So, real boobs.
Waiting for Bring National Geographic out.
Real boobs. My dad's second wife. It was one or the other of these two stories. I was little, I was like 12, 13. My dad's second wife had this drunk whore friend named Josephine. And Josephine, which is funny because she had a brother named Joe.
That's funny.
Josephine brought some dude home from the bar or something, and she was banging him. And I remember going down to the kitchen to get something to drink. And I just remember her on the couch riding him with her big sloppy titties bouncing all around. And I watched until I got caught.
Aww.
So it's either that or my dad's second wife used to always sunbathe, and she was like, you think like you said my dad's tan. She was tan, like I told you, I burn, I blister, I peel and turn white again. Like, she used to make me go to the beach with her all day long, and I would just be covered in blisters, like, But she would sunbathe like topless. I didn't know that until the one day I came home and she's in the backyard, topless.
All right. Now Dominic's turn.
So,
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
so back to weight. So apparently that song signifies waiting for some action that you're never going to have.
That's a long build-up, Dave story.